Climate change mainly affects various infrastructure. So there's actually a need to monitor such kind of weather events so as to be able to ensure that disaster responses can be able to plan accordingly. So this is a broad problem statement whereby we've noticed that climate change mainly affects vulnerable communities. And now there are current solutions that include manual documentation and genetic AI chatbots, but there's need for real-time softwares that actually have the capabilities of having data-driven insights. So we are aligning ourselves with the 13th United Nations Sustainable Development Goal regarding climate action, especially mitigating how climate change affects vulnerable regions, and also reference with how the IBM resources such as the IBM Environmental Intelligence Suite. So these are necessary. So the parameters being examined like the precipitation, the amount of rainfall, even temperatures as well. So the solution starts with obtaining data from the IBM Environmental Intelligence Suite using of-centered transformers all the way to having a user interface. So the required information for the retrieval augmented generation, it's mainly like historical data regarding possible outages and at the very least how mobilization is actually being done. So the objective it's mainly for how we could be able to have damage assessment and having a mobility procedure. And this it's now like graphical interface of how it could be, for instance, like weather events like storms and as such could actually be able to be categorized as them being a moderate to extreme. And at the very least for the use cases is ensuring that it's increased user accuracy and at the very least in reducing the restoration time. So I'll be able to illustrate how the solution works from what we've been able to design. The reference is from this course for how the Watson X is being used for the Elastic Python SDK. So we are actually using the Python 3 kernel, which we're able to place the codes in general, like how we could be able to place the sentence transformers, which was illustrated in the second step. And now regarding how we're using the Watson X.ai, it's like we are taking the we've grounded the documents like this is actually for the climate response and using the Granite 3 to be instruct, which as is evident, the response is a bit detailed. I mean, we've been able to outline the parameters, even having a case study based on historical data. And now for the second aspect, it's we've been able to place in codes which can be able to be used for the Python for the embeddings. This when I use the Granite 20B code instruct. As it even the response is a bit detailed because we've actually been able to place comprehensive insights towards the Granite document that we put in place. And this is how we could aid people who do disaster response to at least make sure that their operations are efficient. Thank you for watching.